Hi, my name is Miss Vicki, and this is a Keep Me County Library Children's Department book recommendation video. And today I'm going to be talking about some very brand new chapter books that are now available at the Keep Me County Library. The first book I'm going to talk about is The Way to Rio Luna by Zoraida Cordova. This is a very cool book. This is a fantasy. This is about a boy named Danny who is in the foster care system. And he and his sister, Pila, love this book called The Way to Rio Luna. However, one day his sister disappears. And Danny thinks that she may have made her way to Rio Luna. And one day he goes to the New York City Public Library and he finds the original first edition book, The Way to Rio Luna. And he opens it up and he magically finds it later that day in his backpack, even though he didn't check it out. And this tells him that, yes, magic is real and his sister is in Rio Luna. So he's going to go to Brazil to get her. This is a fantastic, fantastic book and I highly recommend it. And you can look it up at cmclibrary.org. The next book I'm going to talk about is called Displacement. This is a graphic novel by Kiku Hughes and is about a girl who's living in modern times and she's curious about her grandmother who is Japanese American. And she actually ends up going back in time to meet her grandmother Ernestine, and it's the dawn of World War II, so at that point in time in history, the Japanese American people in San Francisco were rounded up and placed in Japanese internment camps. I guess the idea was to keep them from communicating with the enemy, but it ends up they're kind of like they're in prison. This is a graphic novel, and there's some really fun time travel in it, but you also learn a lot about the history of that era. This is a very good book, Displacement by Kiku Hughes. Again, available in our catalog. The next book I'm going to talk about is Before the Ever After by Jacqueline Woodson. If you're a football fan, this is a really interesting story for you because it is about CTE, which is the brain disease that football players get when they get too many concussions. This is about a boy named ZJ. And his father's a pro football player. And it's the start of the football season, but ZJ's noticing that his dad's getting a lot of really bad headaches, and he's getting angry a lot more often. He has a very bad temper. So he's wondering what's going on. And the doctor diagnosed his dad with CTE. And this book is all about how CJ helps his dad, or how he tries to understand his dad and why his dad is going through these changes. It's a very good book, and it really gives you an understanding of what it's like living with CTE. So again, this is Before the Ever After by Jacqueline Woodson. Very good book, especially if you're into football. And last but not least, we have I Survived, the latest one. This one is not really a historical fiction because it takes place in 2018. And it's about I Survived the California Wildfires of 2018. And if you remember, a couple of years ago, there were really, really, really bad wildfires that ravaged through California, destroying many millions of acres of forests. And a lot of people lost their homes. It was pretty bad. So this is a book that's all about that time period. And again, this is I Survived the California Wildfires of 2018 by Tarshis. That's all I have for you today. Just to recap, we have I Survived, Before the Ever After, Displacement, and The Way to Rio Luna. If you'd like to request any of these books, simply go to cmclibrary.org and place these books on hold, and we'll make sure you're able to pick them up at your curbside delivery. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoy these books. Have a wonderful day.